Beautiful rising people. We're going to get the live started in just a minute. Your daily guidance, y'all. I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. All right, let's put that over here so I can see the comments. Ah, beautiful rising, y'all. We're going to get into your daily guidance. All right. I'm sure YouTube will send out the notifications because I wasn't going to go live this morning because I thought I was going to be traveling and I ended up home earlier. So I decided to go ahead and do it live. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Folks going to join when they get alerted that we live. All right. But we're going to see what's taking place, y'all, because today is what astrology is considering the apology portal. All right. I'm drinking coffee, y'all. Sorry. All right. So today is the apology portal, right? The moon is going to be soon moving into Gemini, but as of today, y'all, it's a moon Uranus conjunction in Taurus that's taking place. The energy for the divine feminine is really that of a beautiful Venus energy, right? But we also got Mars energy as well. So it's that wave of love and passion. All right, that's kind of coming in together and it's making it like the energy more romantic. And because of the romantic energy, a lot of people are feeling apologetic, y'all. Y'all know how it is when like love is in the air and you like, oh my God, and you get apologies, right? So this is considered the apology portal. I just saw indecision. Yeah, see, many people have been indecisive, right, about either the role they play in your life, right, or even maybe you've been indecisive, right, with indecision here at the bottom of the deck. So the energy today is that, those who are ready to go with you, yeah, dang, self-esteem, right? So it's like those who are ready to go with you, they've garnered the confidence in themselves to be able to do the work. See, many people are indecisive in how they fit into your journey, right? So when you make the decision to allow your spiritual awakening journey, you also make decisions, y'all, about who can and cannot go with you. So there are many people, because we have entered into this year of the fire horse, who now they worked on this, right? Their self-esteem, because you've worked on yours, right? It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And when you, right, as the chosen one, you begin to truly accept the fact that you do have gifts, y'all, and your gifts are to benefit yourself as well as others. And when you accept that, guess what you do? You accept yourself as that gift. And many of the divine collective now, we are beginning to accept the fact that, yeah, I'm a gift to people. Absolutely, I'm a gift. And because I am a gift, right, now the people that are in my circle, they are gifts, meaning equal give and take, right? The people around you should be gifts to you as you are a gift to them. So a lot of times, once you work on your self-esteem, that's when you understand that, hey, wait a minute, I'm a gift. And because I know I'm a gift, then I only want people around me who see me as that gift. All right. So that's kind of what the energy is about today. I got 15 people watching. All right. Can you give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying this morning guidance? All right. So let's get into the energy, y'all. I'm seeing patience. All right. At the bottom of the deck, patience. So I feel like the portal that we're entering right now, it's allowing you to accept that everything that's happening for you is happening in divine order. And that's when you realize, right, that you haven't missed anything. You're not behind the eight ball, right? You're not behind it, right? You actually are ahead of it. And because you are ahead of it, it's like you're allowing life to catch up with you, right? See, as the chosen, you understand that it's levels to this, right? Somebody, you just a high achiever. I'm sorry, like you just got there first. If you are an overachiever and you make sure that you do things in a certain way and you strive for perfection, then a lot of times you just ahead of your time, right? You don't have to be patient because it's not there. You have to be patient because you're ahead of the blessing. Somebody, you just ahead of the blessing. And because of that, God is saying, hey, slow down, right? Slow down. Be a little patient, right, with where you are because you just happen to be ahead of your blessing, child. All right. Let's see. What do we need to know this morning? Guidance. All right. What do we need to know? All right, empathy. All right. So exercise empathy. And I'm hearing with yourself, y'all. Give yourself more empathy, right? Because first of all, this ain't come with a guidebook, y'all. It's called life, right? So life didn't come with a guidebook. So number one, you have to show yourself a level of empathy, right? Being open to see both sides of your situation, right? Whatever that is for you. So it's like, hey, offer yourself a level of empathy to say, you know what, I can see where I am now, but I also see where I'm going, right? And because you understand where you're going, it's empathy, right? So show yourself kindness, right? Today, right? Understand that even when you're dealing with other people, you can allow them empathy as well, because you know how to allow yourself a level of empathy, right? So it says, I'm open to seeing both, right? Both sides of a situation. And that's all empathy is. Empathy doesn't mean that you're perfect. Empathy means that you see your view, you can see other people's views, and you can see and understand. All right, I have grief in the reverse. I love that this is in the reverse, right? Because it's like once you allow yourself to release any grief, right, that you've been holding on to. See, grief says, I understand that losing, right, something is an opportunity to appreciate it, right? So now as a collective, we're beginning to understand that you had to lose people. But guess what, y'all? People had to lose you, right? You had to be able to walk away so that people can see, right? And show you the appreciation. You are the one that remains or sits in grief when you allow yourself to be around people, places, and situations that don't appreciate you. They not sad. You sad, right? If you surround yourself with people who do not appreciate you, they ain't sad at all, y'all. Like they are not sad. You over here talking about, dang, right? I'm giving to these people and they don't appreciate me. So you are the one that ends up in grief. So what this is showing you though is that as you release grief, it's the other people, right? People will understand that they had to lose you, right, in order for them to appreciate you. But it comes with you understanding that first. Beautiful rising, Stacy. Beautiful rising, right? So you're understanding, right, that people had to lose you, right? You had to walk away in order for people to appreciate who you were in their life. All right. What's the next foundational message? All right, acceptance in the reverse. I'm telling you, y'all, because people will never accept you until you accept yourself, right? So a lot of times, y'all, we stay around people again, places and situations because you're waiting on that acceptance, right? You're waiting on them to see you, right? And see you as a gift, right? It's like, I'm going to stay here until you accept the fact that I'm a gift, and I'm going to come keep giving to you, and so that you can see that I'm a gift, right? No, the collective, we are releasing the need to be accepted, y'all. You're releasing that. It says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, which is what people. It's 7:27 a.m. 7 is spirituality. 2 is decision making, y'all. We make decisions about who we want in our lives and who we don't want, right? I got 18 people watching. Can you give the video a thumbs up? All right. So you make the decisions about what it is that you want to release, and understanding that acceptance. Oh, that's something, y'all. Why? Because you know who you are, right? With doubt at the bottom of the deck, you don't doubt who you are. And because you don't doubt who you are, you don't need the acceptance of others. So somebody, you're releasing grief, right? You're releasing this acceptance, right? With it being in the reverse. All right, and let's get one more foundational message. All right, so today, y'all, February 23rd is considered the apology portal, right? Because of the energy that's taking place with the moon, Uranus conjunct in Taurus, right? There's a lot of Venus energy, right, in the AM hours, but in the afternoon, there's going to be a lot of that Mars energy, right? So that's that heat and passion with the beautiful energy love that Venus brings, that affection. So you may get these apologies, y'all, whether it's your children, whether it's co-workers, friends, whoever you could be spatting with, y'all, because as the collective, we are moving forward. And if you do not reconcile to that point, then one will be cut out of the energy and you will be moving away, right? So if you're waiting on that conversation with a loved one, if you're waiting on that conversation with your children, whatever it is, y'all, it has to start with an apology, right? So people cannot show up in your life until you hold them accountable. What does that look like? Oh, we can ride together when you hope when you apologize, right? So this energy today is very supportive of apologies, so that those people who are supposed to move forward with you, right, in your next level, you make the decision to accept it and allow them in, or accept it and allow closure, right? So the day is about either acceptance to move forward or acceptance for closure. And you make the decision on what that looks like. All right, let's get one more foundational card and then we'll clarify. I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning, y'all. I'll be live on TikTok at 9. All right, we're going to do our Monday morning motivation on TikTok at 9. All right. All right, we got 2 coming out. I love it, y'all, because what did I say? Indecision, right? What did I say, y'all? I just said, right? You get to make the decision because this is your abundance era, y'all. See, the year of the fire horse is about your abundance. And when you realize it's not anyone else's abundance, it's yours. Now you make the decision, y'all, who you want to go with you in this abundance. All right. 27 people watching. Can you give the video a thumbs up? All right. So when you understand, y'all, that today, when you get the apology or you get the phone call or you get the text message, the decision is still yours, right? Because you get to decide whether you want to close the door on certain relationships or whether you want to allow the relationship to move forward, right? Either way, you got abundance, right? Either way, abundance is on your side. So that's what this portal today is teaching us. All right, let's clarify, y'all. Let's get into the energy. Beautiful rising, y'all. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. All right, and that 222 portal energy, y'all, that's the alignment, right? That is allowing the transformation. See, 2 is always decision making, y'all, because the number 2 is about balance. So even when you're reading tarot, every 2 card is about making a decision, and that's what yesterday was, right? See, as a collective, we made individual decisions yesterday, and now today is the manifestation of that decision. What does that look like? Again, people will come in and they may apologize. Now, somebody, you may not get an apology, and that's when you accept closure and you move forward, right? So the decision was made yesterday. How it manifests or shows up in your life today, you about to see, child. All right, let's clarify. So what else do we need to know on this beautiful day as a collective? All right. We got take charge. All right. So now it's time for you to take charge of your life, right? See, you're taking a back seat in the relationships or the situations in your life. And when you realize that, hey, damn, wait, why I'm in the back seat and I'm supposed to be driving, right? Like, why am I in the back seat when I am supposed to be leading the direction of every relationship in your life, y'all? I don't care if it's a parent-child dynamic, if it's a work dynamic, if it's your person, whatever it is, you still got to take charge of the direction that you want it to go in, right? So even if it means, right, that you that it ends up costing you more time, money, or the opportunity, you still got to step up and regain control of your life, right? Maybe you got to spend more money, right? Maybe you're starting a business and you've allowed too many other people to guide you in that business, right? Maybe you over here saying, okay, you know what? I want to do something this way, but you're allowing other people to influence, right? Because of your empathy coming next to indecision under empathy. Why? Because, you know, you kind of value people's input, because you're empathetic to people, right? Because you're sensitive to them. So a lot of times you are stuck in indecision, right? Because you're allowing your empathy and not taking charge of whatever the situation is. So today God is saying you got to take charge, right? Of whatever it is that you want for yourself. Rita, I decided to go live at the last minute, so I didn't get a chance to tell the moderators or nothing. So I was like, okay, they going to see me live and they just going to chime in because I ain't have time. I wasn't going to go live this morning. And I was like, let me go on and do this live. All right, y'all. Thank you, Rita. All right, so let's see, y'all. So we got take charge. So today, right, your guides are asking you to take charge, right? Because you've been taking a back seat to the decisions of your life. Authenticity. You can peacock it, y'all. It's okay. Pop your shit. Right? Pop your, whatever you got to do, y'all, is your authenticity, right? That attracts your tribe. right? It's your authenticity, y'all, that attracts people to you, right? People are attracted to me because I'm real. And whether you like it or not, you still are highly attracted to people who are authentic. So God, you say you got to take charge. And by taking charge, you can live in your authenticity. See, the only time we are inauthentic is because we've allowed other people to take charge in our life. Literally, y'all, literally. The only way we show up in life with a mask on or being inauthentic is because we took a back seat, y'all, to our lives. So when you understand that you are your divine self at all times, right? You are your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. And that's when you break away from the expectations and begin to fully express yourself in your own unique way. And then, y'all, you become a magnet for success. You become a magnet for success, y'all. I didn't start winning big, y'all, until I start showing up authentically. What is that? Doing my readings, not caring what people thought about me, and still living my professional career, right? Still being on the magazine covers, child, still in Forbes, but still living in my truth here. And I said, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because I might care about what people think about what I do. Hell no. You show up authentic and then the world's accolades find you because all you doing is what God told you to do, right? So when you show up and you can be authentic with what it is that God is telling you to do, your 3D world catches up with you. And see, a lot of times we got it backwards, y'all. You got it backwards when you feel like you, right, got to show up and pretend to be something that you are not in order for the world to accept you. Hell no, y'all. The world accepts you when you become authentic because now they ain't got to try to figure you out. People who are authentic, the world already know who you are. They ain't got to Google you. They ain't got to try to figure you out. They know who you are because they can feel your authenticity, y'all. Those who are authentic are the ones that stand out in the world because people ain't got to guess about who they are. All right. So listen. All right. The universe is always speaking, y'all. Listen. All right. It says you're being asked to listen to your inner voice because it's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Right? Listen to your own inner guidance, y'all. Right? That's why I teach tarot classes because I don't need y'all to come to me for readings. I'd rather you understand how to guide yourself, y'all, because you ain't got time to book with the lady empath when you need to make a decision right now, right? So you have to be able to listen to your own inner voice, y'all. Those who want you to grow, teach you, right? Those who want you to be codependent, they keep you coming back. So as the collective, what we are now learning, y'all, as ourselves, is that listen to your own inner voice. You have the guidance within. Yeah. Somebody, you got to let go of obligations. Somebody, you got too many obligations. See, you got a fresh start. And because you are now receiving this fresh start, you've been given the opportunity, y'all, to begin again. See, this what this year of 2026 is, y'all. It's the year one. And it's the year of the fire horse. This is the opportunity, y'all, for you to kickstart it out the blocks. I'm literally seeing somebody on a track field, right? And you right there at the block. And all you doing is waiting for the gun to go off. Well, what if I told you it just did? Right? What if I told you the gun has just fired and now it's time for you to take off, right? So this fresh start that you have, you're being given the opportunity, y'all, to begin again. But you got to allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully, y'all, to the gift that you've been given. What is that, y'all? The gift of life, right? We are given the gift of life. Many people didn't wake up today, y'all. Many people didn't see today, right? The fact that you've been given the gift of life and you up, even if your life ain't the best, the fact that you up and you listening to me and I just said that mean that you should just give the damn video a thumbs up. Because guess what? You up. And I got 30 people watching and only 22 likes, right? So the fact that you, damn, she right. If she ain't said shit else right, and if I don't even like tarot, what she said is right, all right? Thumbs up the video. Because people didn't even wake up. And the fact that you happen to click on here and you don't even like tarot, and this girl done told you that you getting a fresh start, then you realize, damn, I am. Why? Because I woke up. What does wake up mean, y'all? You ain't in the matrix. It's not about you opening your eyes every day. It's the day you open your eyes and you realize that you have snatched yourself right out of the matrix, and now you are a free thinker and you don't have anyone controlling your decisions. That's the day you get a fresh start. Your fresh start don't start in the morning when you open your eyes. Your fresh can start at 7:15 tonight when you open your energy and you awaken to what it is that God is trying to do in your life. Somebody, you getting a fresh start. You're getting the opportunity to begin something again, but you got to allow yourself to embrace this new life that you've been given. And it starts with self-love. Beautiful. It starts with self-love, y'all. See, as you pour back into yourself, that's when the world pours into you, right? The world can't pour into you and you pouring out. That's like somebody with holes in their damn body. I'm seeing Swiss cheese, right? And it's like you pouring, it's like you done covered yourself in Swiss cheese and you trying to get poured into, but it's all coming out of the damn holes, y'all. So when you realize that you feel the holes, the gaps in you when you love yourself, right? So every hole, right, in your heart, every hole in your body, every hole that people left, y'all, because they done fired them shots. Stop playing. They done fired the shots, girl. They done fired the shots. Every shot, it did hit you. Y'all stop pretending it didn't. Do not pretend that it didn't hit you. Just understand the more you love yourself is how you feel the whole. Nani, you got to get dressed for school. Girl, get up. Y'all, my baby done got back in the bed and covered her head. She got to go to school when I get off this live. Somebody, you get up out the bed, girl. Somebody, you done covered up, right? God done woke you up 17 times and you keep going back to sleep. Girl, I done woke this baby up, y'all. I've been trying to wake her up for the last. I done got on live, I'm talking, and she done got in my bed, covered back up, and went back to sleep. God said you can't go back to sleep. Hello? Right? You cannot go back to sleep. You have to get up, y'all. Meaning you got to uncover your head. And as you uncover your head, right, you begin to pour. Coach, like, girl, you gotta go to school. When I get off this live, we getting in this car. I drop her off, y'all. I come back, and then I go on live on TikTok. Right? Self-love, y'all, right? As you pour into yourself, you feel the holes, right? The holes that other people have left within you. And now, guess what? When you pour, everything is coming into you, right? You're retaining everything, y'all. So now as you love yourself, you feel the holes, you're retaining the blessings. Now, guess what, y'all? That's coming right up on the abundance, right? Now you can walk in the abundance that God has for you because you can listen. You can't hear the voice of God, y'all, when you pouring out the people and now you got holes. You got holes, your energy is seeping all out of you, right? Your energy is gone, right? You can't even hear the voice of God because you're so tired, child, right? So somebody, you're learning, right, that you are worthy and you deserve all that abundance, all the abundance, y'all, that the universe has. But you had to treat yourself with love and respect, right, that you desire from others so that they could follow suit. Yeah, somebody, professional assistance is here. And this is real, y'all. Like sometimes you got to go to life coaching, right? Sometimes you got to go help, y'all. Like the reason I do this is because I'm a coach, y'all. Like I love what I do with these readings, but I'm a life coach, y'all. Nobody told us, right? And therapy isn't life coaching, y'all. That is different. I went to therapy. Going to therapy is great, y'all. It gets you to do a lot of life reflection, right? It gets you to look at yourself, but it don't tell you how to heal. It does not tell you, right? Okay, now this is the root of the grief, and now this is what you do to heal it, right? All you do when you go to therapy is they listen to you, you listen to them. They say, great job, understanding you, right? But hell no, you need a life coach, y'all. Professional assistance is here. You need somebody. It says it may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area, right? From legal or financial advice, right? Even personal needs, right? Counseling, therapy, whatever it is, y'all, go get assistance. Maybe you just need a business coach, y'all, right? Maybe you have the best idea in the world, y'all. I'm a CPA. 19 years my firm has been in existence, y'all. But people wait until their shit is falling apart before they come to me for help. And then I'm over here talking about, well, you got a great idea, but why did you set this up this way? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Because you do it after the fact. instead of allowing someone to help you, right? Somebody, you might need legal counsel. You over here trying to figure out how to copyright your stuff. You over here paying bootleg people to do stuff and they don't even really know what they doing, and all you needed to do was go hire a lawyer. You got to invest, y'all. You got to invest in what it is that you want. And people will tear their shit up first and then go try to get help. Well, now I'm going to charge you double if you come to my firm, okay? If you come to me, I'm going to charge you double because you should have come earlier. And that's literally how God shows you, right? You gonna wait to God tear your shit down before you say, hey, my bad, God. Oh, hey, God, my bad. Can you help, right? Can you help, right? God talking about, oh, now you want my help. So now God got to work 10 times harder, right? Because you over here done waited to the last minute, child, right? Rebrand, y'all. I've done it several times. All right, let's talk about it, Coach Unique. When I started my firm, y'all, in 2007, it was McLean Harris and Associates, y'all, because my McLean was my married name, Harris was my maiden name, and I said, okay, that's great. But then in 2014, I rebranded again, y'all, because I was pushing more towards CFO services and high value net worth clients. I rebranded in 2014 to like CFO benefits, right? But then I started auditing, right? When I got my CPA license and started auditing, started doing mergers and acquisitions, I rebranded again, y'all, to the Lady CFO. Why? Because that's who the fuck I am. Right? And then the Lady CPA, y'all, is my nonprofit, right? Where we encourage others. All right. So go follow those, y'all. The Lady CFO is me and the Lady CPA is me as well. Right? You brand according to who you are. On here, who the fuck am I? The Lady Empath. Why? Because they are all me. Right? So my firm is the Lady CFO. My CPA consulting and mentoring is the Lady CPA. My empath readings is the Lady Empath. Why? Because I'm a lady. Right? So you brand who you are, y'all, and you don't ever have to rebrand again. When you finally get to authenticity, you ain't never got to rebrand again. Now, I ain't never rebranded again, right? Because that's who I am, right? And that's where now my accolades are under, right? I didn't start getting the accolades I have now until I hit that last rebranding, because at that point, I'm living in authenticity. I am who I am, and I am all versions of that person, y'all. So when you rebrand in authenticity, oh, your shits take off, y'all. When I trademark the Lady CPA, right, and I began to mentor girls,